What you're about to hear
Hello?
is a clip from a prank phone call
Who's speaking, please? Akon.
that was made to Michael Jackson.
Akon. Hey, what's going on, Michael?
When the audio from the call was released,
Where did you see me last?
many questioned how authentic it was.
You're not planning on, molesting anymore.
Hey.
How did someone get hold of the confidential number of one of the most private people the world has ever seen?
Michael?
But then, more calls came out. DJ Khaled,
You.
Chris Brown,
Stop calling me block.
and even the President of the United States.
Hi, Mr. Trump?
Yes.
Yeah, I just honestly want to expose the fucking liar you are.
Celebrities from across America were under attack.
I don't know who your little bitch ass is.
This lone prankster had the industry at his mercy.
Do me dirty like what?
It seemed like he couldn't be stopped.
Stop calling my phone.
That was until he called Jay-Z.
Well, the clock is ticking towards the new millennium. There's just 1 million minutes to January the 1st in the year 2000.
At the turn of the millennium, the world was changing. The internet was in its infancy. Diddy and J-Lo had parted ways, and Justin Timberlake was dancing his way to the top of the charts.
Y'all give it up for Justin Timberlake, y'all!
Meanwhile, Ashton Kutcher capitalized on all their names.
Oh, she's pregnant. Oh my God.
With his brand new MTV show, Punk'd.
Listen, just give me the digits.
I'm not giving you my number. Back the off.
Arms to the side, sir.
Punk was an elaborate series with a simple concept.
That's so cool.
Full of the wildest pranks you could think of, some of the biggest names in entertainment.
You stole my spot, but I wouldn't do that. That's stupid. I wish
spot.
I would. I got no idea what you're talking about. I just tried to find a park. Dude.
Go, Andrew, go.
The show was a massive hit for MTV, gaining a devoted following and cementing its place as a pop culture phenomenon. Now, somewhere in Florida, a teenage kid was taking cues from Punk'd. Without having the same resources as MTV, he opted instead to carry them out over the phone. And the first of his audacious pranks involved him calling a car wash in Coral Gables, pretending to be the producer of the Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg movie, Car Wash.
He's going to car washes. LaRue, what's up?
He confessed to the owner of the business that the actual inspiration for the movie came from his operation. And as a gesture of goodwill, he wanted to fly him out to LA to present him with a big fat check.
How much we talking about?
But the prank caller made a childish error
These guys are not too smart.
by giving the car wash owner his beeper number.
I'm going to call the phone number into one of my partners down at LAPD and get some info.
Within days of making the call, the police were at his door. Turns out the brother-in-law of the car wash owner was a police officer who managed to trace the beeper number back to the teenage kid in Florida. As a result, he was charged with stalking, harassment, and making obscene phone calls. But this setback didn't deter him. Instead, he refined his approach, giving birth to a new alter ego, Ralphige.
Nearly 25 years ago, the way we accessed our favorite tunes changed overnight.
The pace at which the world was evolving was relentless. Napster had been replaced by LimeWire, and Kanye West's rise was just beginning.
And the Grammy goes to
Kanye West.
Reality TV had firmly taken hold, dominated by a popular show featuring wrestling legend Hulk Hogan and his family.
Yo, I'm Hulk Hogan, and this
Is his daughter Brooke?
Hip-hop remained the influential soundtrack of the era, with major contributions from super producer Scott Storch.
I'm here at the Hit Factory in Miami to meet with one of the top hip-hop producers in the world. He's worked with artists from Beyonce, Fat Joe, Christina Aguilera, and the list goes on and on.
Now, alongside these big names, Scott Storch was also working with Hulk Hogan's daughter Brooke, who was now capitalizing off her newfound reality fame by launching a new music career.
What's up, everybody on MySpace? How are you?
MySpace had emerged as a leading social media platform, serving as a hub for promoting music, TV shows, and more.
I'm in the studio like almost every night working on my new album. It's almost done.
It was also being utilized by a certain individual to showcase his new series of prank calls, whilst at the same time inviting his followers to submit numbers of more potential targets. And they did just that. That summer, Ralphige hit the jackpot when the number of a certain celebrity landed in his inbox. Let me pause here for a second to give you some context. Like everyone else, Ralphige knew that Scott Storch was working with Hulk Hogan's daughter Brooke, so he decided to prank Storch by pretending to be Brooke's boyfriend and accusing him of having an inappropriate relationship with her.
Hello? Hey, is this Scott Storch?
This is Scott Storch.
Scott, what's going on? Hey, this is Gregory, boyfriend with Brooke, Hulk Hogan's daughter.
Oh, okay. How you doing?
I'm alright. Dude, you guys have anything intimate going on? She doesn't stop talking about you.
What's that?
She doesn't stop talking about you. I'm a little concerned. Brooke.
Okay, I'm telling you one more time, okay, for the last time, I'm not interested in your fucking girl. I make money off of fucking artists, okay?
But then things took a wild turn.
Hello?
Dude, you crossed the line, yo. Nobody hangs up on me, bro. You don't know who you're...
Hulk Hogan, Hulk, you there? Yeah, bro, I'm here.
The other voice added to the call is Brooke's father, Hulk Hogan.
Hey, this guy Gregory's on the phone right now. He says he's your daughter's boyfriend, and he wants to kick my ass.
I don't know who he is, man. Never heard of him.
Hulk.
Greg, where are you, bro?
Who's this?
Well, why do you have to put me on the spot like this, Scott?
Ralphige had just hit a home run.
You just said you were Brooke's boyfriend and that I'm trying to fuck with her.
2 huge names in one fell swoop.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean her fucking dad knows about me.
Recording of the call blew up the moment it hit his MySpace account, with media outlets immediately picking it up, and his list of targets only grew exponentially. Next came Paris Hilton, Pharrell Williams, Busta Rhymes, Chris Brown, and Donald Trump. This was unprecedented at the time, and to be honest remains so now. That many celebrities all being pranked in such a short period of time. Just when he thought he'd reached the pinnacle of his prank call career, he received a number that would change everything. By now the name Ralphige was sending shockwaves around the world.
J45 Cypher Sounds Effect.
He'd become the toast of many who loved hearing perfectly curated stars caught off guard.
Hey, good morning, Kanye.
Shut the fuck up. There was a threshold when it came to celebrity status. You see, there's stars, superstars, and megastars. And Ralphige was about to cross into that upper echelon.
Hey, what man's is this?
When the number for the biggest singer the world had ever seen landed in his inbox, he wasn't sure if it was authentic. But when you're on a roll, what'd you do? You tried it anyway.
Hello?
Who's calling, please?
Looking for Michael?
Who's speaking, please?
Akon.
1 minute, please.
Thanks.
Hello?
Hello?
Akon.
Hey, what's going on, Michael?
If you hadn't guessed, the Michael on the line was megastar Michael Jackson.
Hey, I'm glad you called.
Now, Ralphige clearly sounds nothing like Akon. And before long, Michael himself grew suspicious.
So, Akon.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. Where did you see me last?
At the Bellagio.
That's right. Now, let me ask you this. I'm trying to figure out why you don't sound just like yourself today. I'm trying to figure, is it the phone?
It might be the phone. I'm actually in the air right now using one of those airplanes.
You're in the air?
Yes.
In the air. Oh, okay, because that's what I was saying. Somebody pretending to be you. Okay, you said it changes the tonality of your voice. I see.
Yeah.
But in typical Ralphige fashion, he eventually pushed it too far.
I'm trying to find a way to change this world. I mean, where I come from, and you've been there, there definitely needs to be some changes. As long, of course, as you're not planning on, anymore. It's not.
Hey.
Knowing that Michael had endured another long trial, Ralphige taunted him about the allegations that had plagued him for years.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something that's on your mind, something that's gonna be a roadblock to us, is it?
Oh, you're just hilarious.
Now, I'm not sure if it was Michael who quickly changed his voice, or if a member of his staff took the receiver.
Yeah, what's happening?
Where's Michael?
But the person on the other end denied that Ralphige had been speaking with Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you thought you were talking to Mr. Jackson, didn't you?
I was talking to Mr. Jackson.
Instead claiming the prankster was the one being pranked.
Michael?
Regardless, the call ended and Ralphige hung up the phone, convinced he'd just pulled off the prank of a lifetime. This time, instead of uploading it for free on MySpace, he decided to follow the trend in hip-hop and released it on a mixtape. Michael's call was added to the long list of other celebrity pranks. Instantly, the money and publicity started rolling in. Ralphige had caught the big fish. However, many still didn't believe it was Michael Jackson on the call. But then Michael's team made a critical mistake. They sued Ralphige for unlawfully using the megastar's voice in the sale of his mixtape, effectively legitimizing the call. The public response to the Michael Jackson call was mixed. Many, of course, found the call to be humorous, whilst others felt he'd crossed the line, especially the star's fans, who were angry by Ralphige's choice to focus on the ongoing accusations against the icon. But one thing was undeniable. Ralphige had reached a summit, and the world was listening. But it also marked the moment when people began to demand answers. Who was this guy? And how was he getting the personal numbers of these high-profile celebrities? On the day the Michael Jackson call was released, the Miami New Times somehow tracked Ralphige down and requested a phone interview. Surprisingly, he agreed, and for the first time he was about to give people a glimpse of the person on the other side of the notorious prank calls. The interview revealed that Ralphige was a brainchild of a 24-year-old man from Hialeah, Florida, born to a Brazilian mother and Cuban father. He resided in Miramar with his wife and 2 sons. By day he went by his given name Ralph and worked in the financial sector, a real average Joe. But by night, Ralph transforms into Ralphige, a nickname given to him by an old boss, a cold, conniving prankster who mocked hip-hop's moguls until they cried, cursed or hung up. But the question still remained, how was he getting hold of these phone numbers? Especially considering how tightly most stars guard their privacy. The answer was simple yet unsettling. Some numbers came from magazine writers who'd interviewed the stars previously, but most were casually shared by individuals within the artist's entourage. Trusting insiders who were unwittingly feeding the monster that thrived on their secrets. Not long after the Miami New Times article, Ralphige made his last and final call. Not by choice, but by force. When he was handed the number for a certain Sean Carter, he was in complete shock. Skeptical about the authenticity of the number, but as a self-confessed hip-hop lover, Ralphige knew that Jay-Z, the then president of Def Jam, was the Michael Jackson of the rap world.
Please welcome Jay-Z, ladies and gentlemen.
With his heart racing, Ralphige made the call. And to his surprise, Jay-Z answered. Just as quickly as Jay picked up the phone, Ralph played his role, pretending to be Doug Morris, the CEO of Universal Music Group. He offered to double Jay's salary if he would leave Def Jam for Universal's urban music department. But then in typical Ralphige fashion, he pushed his luck and shifted the conversation to Beyoncé's ass. To his shock and astonishment, Jay calmly told him to hold on, confused and not understanding why he hadn't received the customary shouting and cursing response. Ralph had no option but to wait, patiently. When Jay finally did return, he did something even Ralphige hadn't bargained for. Jay-Z slowly read Ralph his full home address. And for the first time, he was left completely speechless. Flashbacks of his first prank call to the car wash and the police tracing him down ran through his mind. Hearing nothing but silence on the other end of the line, Jay-Z seized the opportunity to deliver a final warning. If he ever made the call public, Ralph would this time hear from him. And that was it. After hours of pondering what he'd just faced, Ralph decided to call the number back to apologize.
We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Years have now passed and no new prank calls have surfaced. However, the Ralphige domain remains active, featuring full recordings of some of the calls discussed here and more. But as you scroll down the list of notable names, you'll notice the absence of 2, Michael Jackson and Jay-Z.